In this video, we will walk through the key steps and considerations for mastering metalwork by setting up a workshop in Denmark, with a focus on practical decisions, regulatory requirements, and the competitive advantages you can build from the outset. To begin, it is essential to be clear about the strategic intent of your workshop. Are you targeting bespoke artisanal pieces, small batch industrial components, repair and maintenance services, or a combination of these? This choice will shape nearly every subsequent decision, from location and permitting to equipment, staffing, and go-to-market strategy. In the Danish context, where quality standards are high and labor costs are premium, clarity of value proposition is not optional. It is the foundation for profitability. Once your positioning is defined, the next priority is selecting a suitable location. In Denmark, industrial and light industrial zoning regulations are strictly enforced, so you will typically be looking at established industrial parks or mixed-use zones that explicitly allow workshops. Proximity to key infrastructure is critical. Consider access to major roads such as the E20 and E45 corridors, nearby ports like Aarhus or Esbjerg if you anticipate maritime or export-related work, and local suppliers for steel, non-ferrous metals, gases, and abrasives. At the same time, think about your talent pool. Being within reasonable commuting distance of technical schools or vocational academies in cities such as Copenhagen, Aarhus, Aalborg, or Odense can significantly ease recruitment of skilled welders, machinists, and apprentices. With a location shortlisted, you should assess the physical characteristics of the facility. Ceiling height, floor load capacity, and ventilation potential matter just as much as square meters. Heavy machinery such as lathes, milling machines, press brakes, or CNC plasma cutters will require reinforced flooring and a well-planned layout for safe material flows. Plan for clear zones, raw material receiving and storage, cutting and forming, welding and fabrication, machining, finishing, quality inspection, and shipping. In Denmark's regulatory environment, health and safety expectations are high, so integrating safety into layout design from the beginning will save significant effort later. Fire safety is another non-negotiable baseline. You will need fire-rated storage for flammable materials, clear escape routes, appropriate extinguishers, and likely consultation with local fire authorities when you apply for certain operational permits. Ventilation is particularly important for welding, grinding, and cutting operations. Local exhaust systems, filtered air extraction, and compliance with Arbejdstilsynet, the Danish Working Environment Authority, standards will be necessary to protect employees and meet legal requirements. Noise management should not be underestimated, especially if the workshop is near residential or office areas. Investing in acoustic insulation and thoughtful placement of the noisiest processes can protect your license to operate. Parallel to facility planning, you must establish your legal and regulatory foundation. Choosing the right legal entity type, often an APS and partselskab, for limited liability and professional standing, is a key first step, followed by registration with the Danish Business Authority and obtaining a CVR number. You will also need to address environmental and safety permits depending on your processes. Activities such as surface treatment, use of oils and coolants, or disposal of metal shavings and waste will fall under environmental regulations that require documented handling procedures and proper waste management contracts. Insurance is another structural element you should not overlook. In Denmark, comprehensive coverage for property, machinery, liability, and workers' compensation is part of operating responsibly, and clients, particularly in sectors like construction, wind energy, and maritime, will often expect clear proof of coverage as a precondition for collaboration. Once the foundations are in place, attention can shift to equipment strategy. Rather than defaulting to the most advanced machinery available, align your CapEx with your core services and volume expectations. For a workshop focused on custom fabrication, a versatile combination of MIG and TIG welding units, a bandsaw, a plate shear, a press brake, a drill press, angle grinders, and basic metrology tools may be sufficient at the start. If your ambition is to serve high-precision industrial clients, you may need to invest in CNC milling centers, lathes, or laser cutting systems, and potentially automated handling solutions. In Denmark's high-cost environment, the cost of underutilized technology can be substantial, so validate your pipeline and consider phased investment, starting with robust manual or semi-automatic machines and upgrading to full CNC or robotic systems as demand materializes. Preventive maintenance processes should be built into your operating model from day one. Clear maintenance schedules, documented inspections, and a relationship with local service technicians will reduce downtime and protect your investment. Without structured maintenance, even the best machines can become bottlenecks. The human dimension is equally important. Denmark's labor market is characterized by strong vocational training and high expectations for workplace quality. Recruiting skilled metalworkers and machinists will be easier if you position your workshop as a modern, safe, and respectful employer. Consider partnerships with local technical schools to create apprenticeship pathways that ensure a steady stream of talent. Internally, promote a culture of safety and continuous improvement by training employees not only in technical skills, but also in lean principles, 5S practices, and systematic problem solving. Over time, a workforce that actively identifies waste, inefficiency, and quality risks will be one of your most powerful competitive assets. In terms of quality management, adopting structured processes from the outset will differentiate you in the Danish and broader Scandinavian market. Even if you are not immediately pursuing ISO 9001 or ISO 3834 certification, you can emulate key components: standardized work instructions, controlled documentation, traceability of materials, calibrated measurement tools, and formal non-conformance handling. This approach is particularly critical if you plan to serve sectors such as wind energy, offshore, or advanced manufacturing, where clients will evaluate your process maturity before entrusting you with critical components. Digital tools can significantly enhance control and efficiency. Implementing a basic enterprise resource planning or workshop management system, covering quotations, work orders, material planning, time tracking, and invoicing, will allow you to manage complexity as you grow. Even lean, cloud-based solutions can make a noticeable difference in visibility and decision-making, especially when combined with simple dashboards that highlight throughput, rework rates, and on-time delivery. Building a sustainable workshop is increasingly a differentiator in Denmark, where environmental performance is closely scrutinized by both regulators and customers. Consider how you can minimize energy use through efficient lighting, insulation, and machine selection, and explore opportunities to source electricity from renewable providers, which are widely available. Manage waste systematically by segregating steel, aluminum, stainless, and other metals for recycling, and ensure that oils, filters, and consumables are handled according to environmental regulations. Communicating your environmental practices transparently can help you win contracts with Danish firms that prioritize sustainable supply chains. On the commercial side, a targeted go-to-market strategy is critical. Map out the local and regional industries that are most aligned with your capabilities. These might include construction and structural steel, agricultural equipment, food processing machinery, maritime and offshore, or the rapidly growing renewable energy segment, particularly wind. Denmark's business culture places strong emphasis on reliability, transparency, and long-term relationships. Your early focus should be on building a small portfolio of reference customers and delivering consistently on quality and deadlines. It is often more effective to become indispensable to a handful of clients than to chase too many segments simultaneously. Networking through local business associations, industry clusters, and trade fairs can provide direct access to decision-makers. Over time, consider differentiating through specialization. For example, expertise in stainless steel for food and pharma, certified welds for pressure equipment, or rapid turnaround prototyping for Danish design firms. Finally, think beyond day one and plan for scalability. Designing your workshop layout with modularity in mind will allow you to add new machines, extend storage, or introduce automation without fundamentally disrupting operations. Document your core processes so they can be replicated and improved as you grow, and track a concise set of performance indicators: utilization, first pass yield, lead times, and customer satisfaction. In Denmark's competitive manufacturing landscape, workshops that combine technical craftsmanship with disciplined management, strong safety and environmental performance, and a clear market focus are the ones that endure and thrive. By approaching your workshop setup as a strategic investment rather than a collection of tools and machines, you position yourself not only to master metalwork, but also to build a resilient, respected business in the Danish industrial ecosystem.